In this lecture, we will discuss about access specifiers. What are access specifiers? So basically, access specifiers determine whether other classes can use a particular class or a particular field or invoke a particular method within the class. So these access specifiers you can specify at a class level or you can specify at a data member or a method level. At a class level, you can define only two access specifiers. The first one is the default. When I say default, it means that you are not specifying any access specifier. And the second one is public. So when we say the access specifier is default, it means that a particular artifact can be only accessed within the package. If you try to access other than the package, you'll not be able to access it. You'll neither be able to import it or use it. The second thing is public. So with the public access specifier, you can access the particular class not only within the package, but also outside the package as well. So basically you can access the class anywhere. So let's see an example on this. So I'm going to create a project named as access specifiers sample. Within which I'm going to create two packages. Sorry, I want to create another package. So now I have two packages created. In package 1, I'm going to create a class named as person. So I'm going to create with access with no access specifier. So basically if you see here, it says that the class person does not have any access specifier. So basically it means this class person can only be used within the same package. So now let me go here and create one public class named employee. So I'm going to create a class named as test. So here I will be able to create both the instances, that is for the person and also for the employee. So the reason being, the class with the default access specifier, the class with the public access specifier can be accessed within the same package. But now let me go and create another class named as test. Within package 2. So since I'm trying to access a class within package 1, the first thing I need to do is I need to import it. So let's see if we can import both the employee and the person class. So I have imported all the classes from the package. So that's why I specify it as com samples.package1.star. So now let's try to create an instance of person. So you won't be able to create the instance of the person class within another package. The reason being, the person class does not have any access specifier. Basically what it means, it can be only accessed within the package. But whereas an employee class which is public can be accessed outside the package as well. So just to give a recap, at a class level, you can specify the access specifier as default or public. If you have it at default, you can access that class within the package. If you have it as public, you can access within the package and also outside the package. Let's move on. At a data member and a method level, we can specify the following access specifiers. We can specify it as private. So private means it can be only accessed within the class. It cannot be even accessed within another class within the same package. Only within the class. So the next one is default. When I say default, it means that it can be only accessed within the package. So the next one is protected. So we will discuss about this protected a little later. And public means it can be accessed anywhere. So I'm just going to create a couple of examples to showcase this. So I have created an employee class. I have created a private variable, a default variable, and also a public variable. Similarly, I'm going to have a method, which is a private method, a method which is going to have a default access specifier, and a method which is going to have the public access specifier. So let's see how we can use these methods across the classes and then the packages. So now let's try to access this various data members and methods within the employee class in the same package in test.java. So if you see here, I say employee.I. So I is a private variable that we have. We cannot access it. Although it is in the same package, it can be only accessed within the same class. So similarly, the private method also cannot be accessed. So the only way the private methods and then the private variables can be accessed is only within this class. So you'll say this dot I equal to 10, and here I can invoke the private method. So basically what it means is when you have the access specifier as private, it can be only accessed within the same class. So now let's move on. So I have the default access specifier for int j, and also I have a method named as default method. So here I will be able to access both of them. And also I will be able to access the public data member. Now let's try to see if we can do the same thing outside the package. So I have it so I have the test.java here. If I do e.j, I won't be able to access. The reason being j has a default access specifier and it can be only accessed within the same package. But here we are trying to access outside the package. Similarly, you will not be able to access the default method. The only thing that you can access is the public members. So you say you can access the k, which is a public member, and also the public method. So I hope this gives you a good idea about the access specifiers, namely private, default, and public. So we'll talk about protected little later. So now I have a question. Say suppose I have a class which is at a default level. So I have the person class which is at a default level. Inside this I have a public variable named int k, and also I have a public method named public method. The question is, can I access this k and then the public method outside the class? The answer is no. The reason being, the class itself is default. So although you have the public access specifier for the data member and the method, you cannot still access it. So you have to be very careful with this. I hope this gives you a good idea about the access specifiers.